So what do we think about digital commerce marketing and advertising strategies as tools? Well, a website is really a major tool for establishing that initial relationship with the potential customers. And if we think of the evolution of this and how it evolves, search engine marketing is really becoming very popular. It allows firms to pay search engines for inclusions in the search. So you search Google, and if you pay them enough money, you'll come up high in the search rankings. Display ads and promotional messages that users can respond to by clicking. So, for example, you bring up a website and a display ad appears in it. Much the same as what happens in YouTube videos. You can actually click on that ad and it will bring you to the customers to the website, bring the customer to your website. Email marketing, I think we've seen lots of email. Lead generation marketing uses multiple e-commerce presence to generate leads for businesses who later can be contacted and converted into potential customers, so we know where people are going. Affiliate marketing involves firms putting a logo or a banner ad on another firm's website. So again, that multiple connection. Viral marketing, form of social marketing that involves getting customers to pass along the company's marketing messages to friends. So this is like a voluntary send it along. Social marketing is advertising that involves use of social graph to create brand images and directly promote sales of products. This is particularly popular in Instagram, where you can set it up with influencers, your product with influencers, for example, and that means you're going to buy it more likely as well. Mobile and local marketing and advertising involves using display ads, search engine advertising, video ads, mobile messaging on a mobile device such as smartphones and tablets. And geographic location is really what drives a lot of that. So as you get close to some area, the message will come up. As you move to another area, a different message will come up. And we also have multi-channel marketing, which is really combining offline, online. It's the whole smorgasbord of marketing that come into play. So here I just have some of the advantages of online and some of the challenges of online retailing. And we really need to be aware of this, what's right and what's not so right. So if we think about online retailing, it's a lower supply chain costs by aggregating demand at a single point, lower cost of distribution. It's easy to get it on the websites. Ability to reach and serve a much larger geographic audience that you can target. Ability to react quickly to what customers want. Ability to change prices quickly. Ability to rapidly change visual presentation. Avoidance of direct marketing costs of cataloging and the like. Increased opportunities for personalization and customization. Ability to greatly improve information and knowledge delivered, especially clickable ads, and ability to lower consumers' overall marketing transaction costs. So, these are big pluses, and this is what drives a lot of people to online retailing advertising. But there are some challenges as well. We got to think about customer concerns with security, big issue, particularly when they're putting in their credit card, right? Consumer concerns about privacy. What are you going to do with that data once you got it from me? Delays in delivery. So that's something that has more traditional. How do you get it on a truck and get it to where you need to go, and how long it's going to take? Inconvenience associated with returns. This is a real problem. Returns are very high on online sales, and this has been a real problem from the point of view of the consumer. You got to send it back, a little bit hard, and from the point of the company that's selling it, because there's a lot of stuff sent back. What do we do with it? Overcoming lack of consumer trust. That's a big problem. Added expenses for online photography, video, and all the eye-catchy stuff that you need in order to sell your products. Online marketing costs for search, email, and displays is a challenge, and added complexity to product offerings and customer service that the internet brings. You really need to be very tech savvy in order to make this happen. And usually larger firms can afford it, smaller firms can't. Greater customer information can translate into price competition and lower profits, and that's a real problem. But technology is moving along, and website technology has improved a lot. Technologies really are in place now to help support online marketing, and a lot of them come from Canadian companies. A website is a major tool for establishing the initial relationship with the customer. The evolving internet and social media world have added more marketing channel opportunities, such as web transaction logs, record which records and documents the activity of the user on the website. Where did they go? How long did they stay? What did they look at? What colors did they choose? Tracking files, and this is what gets put on your computer like a cookie. So you basically load it onto the customer's computer, and it will tell you where the customer goes, what the customer does, and a lot of information there. Again, it poses all kinds of ethical issues. And customer relation management systems, and this is something that, as I say, this has become popular. These are computerized systems that allow a company to better establish a better rapport with potential customers. So how do we evaluate all this? Now, it's great. It's wonderful. We got loads of technology we can bring to bear at it. How do we know it actually works? Well, online marketing communications efforts are typically less costly and traditional than traditional media. Online sales can generally be directed, and generally you can track who's seeing what. So we can't really do that with traditional media. So considering these really couple of big interesting points, this is really helping to push e-commerce forward. So the effectiveness of online communications cannot be considered without a good analysis of cost versus benefit. We really need to say, where's the beef here? So there's several ways to evaluate the effectiveness. And what do we do in terms of common evaluation methods? We look at impressions. That is, refers to the number of times a visitor looks at a specific element of a web page, be it an image, a text, a video, or some other form of content. We also have something called click-through rate, and click-through rate measures the effectiveness of a web page by calculating the number of users who click on a specific link relative to the number of total users who view the page. So this is, are people engaged? We also have hits, and hits request to the web server to load up that web page. So how many people knock on the door of your web page and get in? Page views, which is really the page being loaded onto someone's computer or potentially reloaded on someone's computer. Stickiness. Now, stickiness is a word that I love. It just means how long do people stay? Do they come back? Do they stay? Do they come back? Do they stay? Do they come back? Stickiness is what the holy grail. You need to get people to come back. You need to get people to linger on your website. So a sticky website can be defined as a website that entices visitors to hang around longer than usual and generally return in the future. We also got a number of unique visitors. Now, unique visitors is based on IP address. Every computer has an IP address similar to a post office box, and we can measure how many unique people come based on that. So unique visitor refers to a single person who visits a site at least once within a reporting period. Each visitor to the site is only counted once during the reporting period. We also have conversion ratio. This is another one of these holy grail issues. What we need to do is to be able to take someone from a viewer to a customer. So how many people actually view the site versus how many people actually buy from the site. And finally, we got this abandonment rate. Abandonment rate means that you basically come to the site, you go to buy something, you put it in the shopping cart in the site, but you don't buy it. And this is a big problem because you're almost there and suddenly someone says, nope, not going to buy it. And that causes some problems for companies because they think, oh, I was so close. So in terms of emails, how do we evaluate their effectiveness? Well, we got the open rate, how many emails get open, and a lot of the software, again, a lot of it Canadian, will allow you to track how many pieces of mail go out, who receives it, number one, who opens it, number two, and what they do with it, number three. We're also looking at something called the delivery rate, which is the percentage of emails that actually get delivered, and something called the bounce back rate, which is the opposite. It's the undeliverable rate, which is really how much of it gets rejected. The email addresses are not set up or something happens so that it doesn't get reported. In terms of pricing online communications, sometimes there's no real money involved. Sometimes it's barely, you put an ad on my website, I'll give you whatever. Cost per thousand is a typical term that's used in marketing, which is how much it costs per thousand customers. Cost per click is how much does it cost per clicks that you get through. If we can measure clicks and we know how much cost is, cost per click is the measure there. And sponsorships, we're looking at that. Okay, the final part of this unit, this was social media and bringing interactivity online. social media has really been a boom because it has allowed for that interactivity that previous didn't exist. So really the emphasis of social media is on exposing the customer to messages toward engaging them in conversations about the brand. And it's all about conversation. Social media brings all things social, listening, discussing, interacting, emphasizing, and engaging to the customer. And social marketing and advertising is not simply a new ad channel, but a collection of technology-based tools for communicating with shoppers. So in the past, business could tightly control their brand messages and lead customers down a funnel of cues that end in purchase. That's no longer the case. Instead, customers bring decisions that are already made and are increasingly driven by the conversations, choices, tastes, and opinions of the customers on their social network. So social, mobile, and local marketing are the fastest growing forms of online marketing. And so if we could harness that, then how can we do that? So we're going to take a look at that. When we look at that social marketing process model, there's really 5 steps in the social marketing process model. First of all, we got to acquire fans. So all social marketing campaigns begin with fan acquisition. That involves using a number of means to attract people to the company's social media and web pages. Then we had to have engagement. So it's one thing to get them, but you need to engage them. So this second step involves generating user engagement by using a variety of tools to encourage users to interact with your company and contend the brand on a more social level. Once the visitors are acquired and engaged, you can move them to the third stage, which is amplification. In amplification, using the social media site or web page, your company can bring and amplify the desired messages by encouraging users to share what they have seen and done with their friends. The respective like, share, retweet, and comment buttons help achieve this amplification. Then we have community development. Once the company has gathered enough engaged fans, your company will have created a basis for which is referred to as a community. The community is made up of a stable group of fans that are well engaged and communicating with each other over a substantial period of time. And that helps build brand strength, which, done effectively, will generate sales. Now, if we look at the key social media platforms, let's take a look at them. Facebook, first of all. Facebook is really the granddaddy of social media. It's designed to encourage people to reveal as much personal information about themselves as feasible, including activities, behaviors, photos, music, movies, purchases, and the like. Facebook's features are built to maximize the connections among people in the form of notifications, tagging, messaging, posting, and sharing. In many instances, the movement of personal information is so widespread that it's beyond the understanding of users. It's just too much. Social density refers to the number of interactions among members of the group that reflects the connectedness of the group. And this has an important basis on sales. Facebook has many marketing tools, including reactions buttons, page brands, news feed ads, right-hand sidebar ads, mobile ads, video ads, and Facebook Exchange. And the effectiveness of Facebook's ads can be measured using 5 stages of social marketing model: fan acquisition, engagement, amplification, community, and ultimately brand strengthening and sales. Next, we look at Twitter. Twitter is a microblogging social network site that allows users to send and receive about 280 character messages, as well as videos, photos, and article reviews, and links. Twitter marketing tools include promoted tweets, promoted trends, promoted accounts, enhanced profile pages, Twitter amplification program, Twitter cards, and an app installed that encourages engagement. Measuring results of Twitter marketing is similar to measuring the results of Facebook and other social media platforms, with some minor changes to account for the unique qualities of Twitter. But effectively, you can measure how long people stay, what people say, and these sorts of things. The third major platform is YouTube. With a billion monthly visits, YouTube video sharing platform is one of the largest and most powerful marketing platforms on the internet. YouTube users search videos, upload videos, share videos, and watch videos, and they don't pay anything for it, but ads are built into it. So users can like, dislike, subscribe, and comment on videos, and there's advertising within the videos. If we look at another platform, Pinterest is majorly Picture-based. Pinterest is a social network that provides users with an online board in which they can pin interesting pictures. The success of Pinterest is based on part to the shift in consumer behavior enabled by new technologies. People talk about brands using pictures rather than words. So Pinterest marketing tools include promoted pins, adding a pin, logoing the website, pinning photos to Pinterest, directing users to the website, creating theme-based pin boards, and so on. Pinterest campaigns can be measured using the same procedures as Facebook and Twitter, and the key dimensions are mainly dealing with follower acquisition, engagement, amplification, community, and sales. There are many other social platforms, such as Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn. They all provide a similar type setup. So the idea is to get them, to engage them, and build from there. Probably the biggest revolution that we've seen since social media is mobile. Since the development of the first iPhone in 2007, we have really seen the demand for a mobile platform and mobile technology expand rapidly. Mobile devices represent a huge slice of the market, and people spend a lot of time on mobile. So if we could get into the mobile world, be a much more present. And I also mentioned this terminology of location-based marketing. Mobile, your phone can move, you can move with it. And effectively, the advertising can be geared to where you are, if you know where you are. And all of these phones have GPSs in them. So effectively, the software knows where you are at any point in time, and it can direct the appropriate advertising to where you are. So location-based marketing is targeting the marketing messages and users based on their location. Generally, location-based marketing involves marketing of location-based services. So location-based marketing is dependent on two technologies, accurate mapping software and GPS. So location marketing is currently a small part of the online marketing, but we're expecting it to grow tremendously in the next few years. There's lots of mobile advertising formats, including ads, display, video, SMS, and the like. And it provides a great opportunity for marketers. So that's primarily the details of that section.